The real costs of reduced throughput. Joining us today to speak about that is Todd Stewart, Industry Manager, Parcel Logistics and Airports at Flexco. Todd, great to see you. Welcome.
Thank you, Russell.
I guess we set up the topic of the conversation with that title just now. We're going to be talking about the hidden cost, the real cost, if you will, of reduced conveyor throughput. So Walk us through that, Todd. What do we mean? Let's define our terms. What's going on there?
Well, what we're talking about is there are the obvious costs, but you're correct. There are a lot of hidden costs that a lot of folks don't realize, especially at the executive level. And some of those, can drill right back down to customer acquisition costs and reacquisition of customers that maybe you lost due to late deliveries of packages or damaged packages, things like that.
Labor shortages, is that an issue that is going to affect conveyor automation in a less than positive, maybe even a negative way?
Well, what I see is with the labor shortage, it's driving automation, right? So you don't have as many people around to do the job, so automation is being brought in to kind of help automatically sort and do things like that with parcels and packages and fulfilling orders, right? Well, when you have fewer people around, you have fewer eyes on the conveyance systems. So if there is a jam up or a blockage or something like that, there's no one there to notify or to break it free to keep the flow going. So that is one area where automation and the reduction in labor kind of create a little bit of a negative in some regards.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, now you say it's one area, so it leads me to believe there are other areas we need to explore there that we need to drill down into. So what would you say?
As far as in the automation area,
Yes.
It's really about, there's a lot of data gathering and things that are happening in the newer systems, and that data will tell you, or there might be a signal that says, hey, there's a problem, but it's not solving the problem, it's just telling you there's a problem. And really what we need to do is start drilling down to what the real problem is.
All right, but one of the things we need to do is to optimize our conveyor throughput. And I guess the question that I need for you to walk us through with is, how do we do that? How do we go about doing that? Where do we focus and begin that journey?
Sure. There's a lot of areas that are already being focused on optimization of throughput through just smarter systems that work together, that talk to each other as the order is going throughout the warehouse, let's say. And the pulling and packing and things like that, a lot of that has been optimized. But there's areas within the conveyance itself that are causing problems, that the transfer areas, let's say, from one conveyor to the next, where you have packages that can get caught in those areas, or gaps in between live rollers. There's where packages can fall through. And then the other side of all of this, that's always a factor that we consider, is, of course, number one is safety. So safety of the workers. But that's a secondary but even more important thing that we focus on, is to make sure that we're creating a safe work environment around what are inherently dangerous systems, which are conveyors. So those gaps that are in the conveyor systems and the gaps between rollers are also pinch points for hands and other things where accidents can unfortunately happen.
Quite literally pinch points in those situations there. Well, it's interesting. We were talking about labor shortage and how that impacts and how that leads to these hidden costs. But you're telling me that the automation itself may have issues that are leading to hidden costs as well.
Yeah, I think it's just really relates to the fact that there's fewer people around, and the more the system's automated, the fewer people there are, the less quick, effective. I don't know how to put this, but the longer it takes to fix a problem that could be fixed very quickly when it happens, I guess. Whereas automation, there'll be a signal that'll come through. Someone will eventually be able to get over and attend to it. Whereas when you have people around that are kind of around the conveyance system more often, they actually are seeing things real time and can either stop the system, if there's a jam, let's say, and unjam the product and then move on. get it going again, instead of waiting for a person to travel maybe across a several 100,000 square foot facility to get to that spot.
I see. Great drill down there. Good information. It occurs to me, Todd, that there may be somebody who is not entirely familiar with Flexco, just what exactly Flexco does. So let's talk about the focus of the company. Let's talk about how it is enhancing the operations of its client base. So what would you say?
Well, we're a company that doesn't build conveyors, and we don't make conveyor belting, but we do supply solutions to conveyance systems that make them run better. And our history goes back to 1907. With our original products are the mechanical belt fasteners that join belt ends together. That's where Flexco started. We have a heavy duty line which works with coal mining and aggregate facilities, and then we have what we call our light duty line, which works more with your parcel and package handling facilities and just general industry. What our focus is on is providing solutions that keep conveyors running, keep product moving forward, and that's really what we do.
Well, that's a great focus, because that is the kind of thing that we need if we're certainly going to be managing our costs, et cetera, and getting our business, in optimal shape. Listen, Todd, I know you're busy here at the conference, but you found time to speak with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Russell.
It's Todd Stewart, Flexco, speaking with us today about hidden costs, real costs of reduced throughput. Thanks for watching.